The developers behind Skullgirls have created themselves a massive controversy after announcing they'll be altering and removing content from their games that they have deemed to be too offensive, and while they thought their statement might please some people, gamers are furious and now the game is getting destroyed in new reviews on Steam. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube membership. Now, I did talk about this situation in my previous video, and of course it will be linked down below, but what happened was the current Skullgirl developers have censored their popular fighting game series in the spirit of better reflecting our values and our broad vision moving forward. They came out and made this giant statement talking about how they are going to be altering sex appeal. They are going to be altering what they call character sexualization and agency. They are removing any kind of jokes that they find to be too offensive. And we also know that, going forward, it doesn't seem like they're going to be really going in the same direction as their content has previously gone in. And of course, if you do not know what Skullgirls is, it is a fan service focused fighting game. This is a big reason why it got popular in the first place, and they are basically throwing away their identity in order to appeal to what we would call modern audiences, aka sensitive snowflakes. They are going back to their game that released nearly a decade ago, and they are changing all sorts of content in it. They have lists, as you can see, of things that they are altering and changing, and they're just saying that they're small adjustments, but judging by the screenshot, they are anything but. They are kind of honestly going a bit crazy when it comes to the changes. As you can see, this is the new version of this character. This is what she previously looked like. That instead of like black fog of death, they have basically decided to add tentacles over everything. As you can see here, this is the original, couple panty shots, lots of thigh, and boom, completely altered. You don't get that anymore. And people were furious at this announcement, which I completely understand why. Currently, it's got over 7.6 million views on Twitter, and many people are voicing how upset they are over this situation. And it's not like the developers care, because in their initial statement, they had said, we of course realize that some members of the Skullgirls community may disagree with these changes, either in terms of how we chose to address them or whether they were in fact issues that warranted addressing in the first place. So they knew that there was going to be backlash, and they still didn't care. Full steam ahead, they went with it, and people are absolutely destroying them in the comments of this thread. But now, over on Steam, the game is also getting destroyed, because currently it says recent reviews are in the mostly negative territory. Previously, this game sat at very positive on both. It's got over 21,000 reviews, and a lot of them are very positive, but nearly 2,000 new reviews have been added, and they are all negative. People are really upset that, first of all, they have decided to do this after a decade, right? Because, unfortunately, you can't get your money back. If you no longer want to support this game, all you can really do is simply not launch it, right? You've already given them your money. You've already put a lot of playtime into it. It's not like Steam is going to refund you, and it's not like these developers are going to refund people who actually want their money back at this point. Unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do besides go on social media, voice how unhappy you are, leave negative reviews, and if you've played this product, it looks better on your, reviews page. So people can actually see that you were a big fan of it, but it's not like you can actually get your money back or not purchase a new product, because this isn't a new product. People are saying things like censorship is never okay. ESG update just dropped. Something I felt they should have done with this, because the game is so old at this point, is add an option. This is something that I praised with Platinum Games and Bayonetta 3. They added a toned down option, basically a censorship option. It didn't censor everything in the game, and it did not censor as much as people originally actually thought it would, but the base game itself is completely untouched in all of its glory, but there is an option you can toggle so that the character outfits are a little bit more toned down, and the character proportions are a little bit more toned down, which, while I would never use that option, I think is definitely a happy middle ground, because people who don't want to play with the, very revealing costumes can press a button and it goes down to mildly revealing outfits, because let's be honest, that option didn't even censor that much. But the base game is untouched and intact, and I think they should have done this for this game so the people who don't want to play with the old graphics don't have to, and the people who do aren't going to be pissed at you. It says I have purchased Skullgirls multiple times across multiple different consoles. I enjoyed playing the game with my friends and the overall atmosphere of it. I am reviewing in response to the recent update to the game, removing content that some people may find distasteful or make some uncomfortable. Ignoring whatever the changes are, the reason I'm aggravated by this update is that it is removing content that I paid for. I paid for the announcer packs, I paid for the skins, I paid for the voice lines. This game is more than a decade old. Why is content getting removed with no suitable replacement? And it's true. It's not like they're creating new content for this game. There's no announcements like that. They're just taking away from your experience. While I love to see people come together and voice how unhappy they are with developers, because at the end of the day, they should be listening to us. We are the ones who are spending our money on their products. I don't think that this is really going to change anything. It seems like they have had this planned for a while. They really wanted to distance themselves from what Skullgirls was previously known for, and I don't think that they're going to reverse course and decide to not go through with this big censorship update, but at the same time, maybe they will. I mean, people change their minds. I don't see that happening, but yes, people are very upset over this. The recent reviews are sitting at mostly negative. They are getting destroyed on Twitter. If there are any updates, I will definitely be covering them in a future video, but for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.